Welcome again to Ancient Tales for Today. As we have been doing for quite a few weeks, we have been looking at a book that was written thousands of years ago. Many stories, very fascinating stories. And today what I think is a very touching story, 很动人的一个故事. So this will be lesson number 79, Faithful Foreigner, 忠心的外国人. I do hope that you will stay by, because this is another interesting story from the ancient tales. We're going to listen to the story read first, and then I'll explain it. So hang tight.
Story 79, Faithful Foreigner. Most of us, if we're honest, are a bit suspicious about foreigners. After all, they are not like us. We may even think badly about them and not like them. Of course, this is not what we should do. The ancient tales tell us about one woman who, even though she was a foreigner, followed what was right. Ruth is a great example of someone who didn't make decisions because of race or nationality, but because of what is true and right. Ruth was from the country of Moab. She had married a man from Israel, but he had died, so she was a widow. His brother had also died, leaving his wife Orpah a widow too. Their mother-in-law, Naomi from Israel, was also a widow. So that's the scene. There are 3 widows living together, trying to support one another. Eventually, Naomi decides she wants to move back to Israel. She encourages her 2 daughters-in-law from Moab to go back to their homes and try to find new husbands. Orpah decides that in the end she will do this. But Ruth says no. She tells Naomi she will go where Naomi goes, and Naomi's God will be her God. Never mind that she comes from Moab. Ruth must have been convinced by Naomi's life that she was following the true way. So Ruth leaves her home and her country behind, not thinking, like most of us do, that our nation is the best and our ways are the best ways. Ruth was willing to be faithful to her conscience and do what she believed was right. It was not just a question of going with her mother-in-law to a new country. It was because she had compared Naomi's ideas about God with her Moabite ideas and decided that Naomi was right. We all should be faithful to our conscience and willingly follow what we know is right.
Okay, here we go in our lesson. Again, this is lesson 79, Faithful Foreigner. Most of us, if we're really honest, 我们大部分的人, if we are really honest, 我们真正的诚实坦白, then we are a bit, what does it mean a bit? A little suspicious, 怀疑 about foreigners. We don't trust them so much. In fact, after all, 事实上, they're not like us. They're not like us. So, we don't trust them. We may even think badly about them. So we may even think bad things. In other words, our attitude, 我们的态度 to or toward these foreigners is not so good, and not like them. We may even think badly about them and not like them. 也不喜欢他们. Of course, this is not what we should do. 当然，我们不应该这样做. Now, I wrote, or we wrote these things so simply. There is actually an English word that describes what we just talked about. We think badly about foreigners, people that we don't really know much about. And so, what do we call that in English? We call that prejudice. Prejudice, 偏见. Okay? Maybe we'll mention that again as we go along. So we're talking about prejudice. It's natural, 很自然 that what we don't know, 我们所不知道、不了解的，我们对那些事情或那些人有些偏见. Okay, now the ancient tales tell us about one woman who, even though she was a foreigner, followed what was right. The ancient tales, 这个古经啊, tell us about 有一个妇人啊, one woman, who even though she was a foreigner, 虽然她是外国人啊, she still followed what was right. 她还是跟从正道, the right way. She did the right thing. Ruth, her name is Ruth. I think the Chinese is Luda. Okay? She's a great example of someone. 是一个非常好的例子. 一个例子 of someone who didn't make decisions because of race and nationality. Now, you could say example. By the way, the word example here has a double meaning. You could say 例子, she's a good example, and 她的榜样也是很好, also a good example. She didn't make decisions. 她做的决定不是因为 of race or nationality. Race, nationality, of course, is 国家, and race is 民族. So, race and nationality. So, Ruth, she did not worry, she did not think or concern herself with race and nationality. Apparently, she was willing to accept everyone. Okay? She was always interested in doing what is true and right. Going on. Ruth was from the country of Moab. Moab. That's her home country. She was not an Israelite. She was a foreigner. She was married to a man from Israel. In other words, her husband was an Israelite. She was a foreigner from Moab. But he had died, so she was a widow. 但是呢，她就去世了，因此她就变为一个寡妇。So Ruth was a widow. Now, Ruth's husband, 她老公的一个兄弟, his brother also died, leaving his wife Orpah a widow too. So Ruth and Orpah are both from Moab. And their husbands, who were both Israelites, had died. Now, their mother-in-law, 他们的岳母 was named Naomi. She was from Israel too. And she was also a widow. So we're talking about 三个寡妇. So that's the scene. 这个景况是这样. There are 3 widows. They are living together, 一起住, and they're trying to support one another. 尽力这个维持生活，维持他人. They're supporting each other, helping each other. Going on. Eventually, Naomi decides to go back to Israel. Of course, why not? Go back to Israel. 回家，回到以色列去. And she encourages her 2 daughters-in-law, 她2个儿媳妇，她就鼓励她们. Okay, they 本是摩押人. They are originally from Moab. And she says, go back to your homes and try to find new husbands. 回到你的老家，试一试找新的丈夫啊。Get on, we say in English, get on with your life. Have a life. Okay, and now, what happens? Well, you're going to have to wait, because first, we have some light on our path. And now for some light on our path. Okay, we're going to look now in the Old Testament to the little tiny book of Ruth. There are only 2 books that have ladies' names. One is Ruth and one is Esther. So we're going to look at Ruth 1:16. Ruth 1:16. But Ruth replied, don't urge me to leave you or turn back from you. Where you go, I will go. Where you stay, I will stay. Your people will be my people, and your God, my God.
那我们今天呢，要跟您分享的这个经文呢，是在路德记的第1章第16节。那路德记在圣经的撒母耳记的前面，你可以找到，发现呢，里边有一个很漂亮的故事，非常美。这里说到呢，经文是说，路德说，不要催我回去，不跟随你，你往哪里去，我也往哪里去。你在哪里住宿，我也在那里住宿。你的国就是我的国，你的上帝就是我的上帝。
Oh, wow. I have heard this many, many times. You were just telling me, Lena, that the story of Ruth, what's the story of Ruth?
我自己在想哈，很多年轻的女孩子，她们的愿望是遇到一个白马王子，就是像 Cinderella 那样子的。
Yeah.
但是我想，对于成年人来说，这个路德的故事、路德的遭遇哈，是应该是很多成年人的那种Cinderella 的。
It's for the older people's Cinderella story.
中年了。
中年的。OK。
对，因为这里边讲到路德，她和她的婆婆，就是她去世丈夫的母亲，她的婆婆关系非常的好。
Right.
这是一个祝福。
Right. And I think that this is beautiful because it sees that God changed Ruth.
对。
And that to me is what, and she was faithful to Naomi. 非常忠诚啊。
对。
Okay, that's great. Okay, let's take a little review. 温习一下。We have 3 ladies, a mother-in-law and 2 daughter-in-laws. Okay, The mother-in-law is from Israel. The daughters-in-law, 两个儿媳妇是外国人. They're from Moab. All three ladies, husbands, 他们的丈夫都去世了. So you have 3 widows, 寡妇, and they are living together. Remember, Naomi really encouraged both of her 儿媳妇 to go back, get a life, marry a husband. And 最终 what happens? Orpah, 一位这个儿媳妇 decides that she will do this. She's going to go back home. She's going to find a husband. But Ruth says no. She said no. She tells Naomi that she will go where Naomi goes. 无论 Naomi 跑到哪里去，她的岳母 that 她也愿意跟她一起跑. And not only that, not only is she willing to go, but that Naomi's God will be her God. 那 Naomi 的神会变成她的神. Never mind that she comes from Moab. 不管她是从摩押来的, even though she comes, 尽管 that she comes from Moab, 她还是愿意跟从Naomi and to believe in her God. Now, Ruth must have been convinced about Naomi's life. You know what? Every one of us has influence. 我们都有影响力, right? And Ruth looked at the way Naomi lived. 就看 Naomi 的生活, 她的习惯, 她的所说的话, 她就被感动啊. She was sure that she was following the right way. She knew, 她知道她的岳母 is following the true way, 真正的道路. So Ruth leaves her home and country behind. She leaves her home, she leaves her country, 就离开她的国家. And not this type of thinking, not thinking like most of us that our nation is the best and our ways are the best ways. She is not thinking in her heart, well, but 好像舍不得离开, but my country is the best way. No, not on your life. We all think our country is the best, right? Our nation is the best. And our ways, 我们的风俗习惯, our ways are the best ways. So she was not willing to think about that, 不愿意考虑这些. She was willing to go with her mother-in-law. Now, Ruth was willing to be faithful to her conscience and do what she believed was right. Ruth was willing to be faithful to her conscience. Of course, I hope you understand that 良心 is conscience. So what does it mean to be faithful to your conscience? Conscience, 良心, is almost like a little voice inside of your head that says, you should do this. No, you shouldn't do this. do this, don't do that. That's 良心. We all have 良心. We all have consciences. Now, here it says that Ruth was willing, 她肯忠心于她的良心. She was willing to listen to that little voice that was saying, go with your mother-in-law. She was willing and faithful to her conscience to do what she believed was the right thing to do. It was not just a question of going with her mother-in-law to a new country. 不只是跟岳母去一个新的国家. It wasn't that. That was not the only issue. Of course, she was a faithful daughter-in-law to take care of her mother-in-law. So that's a wonderful thing. But there was something even more wonderful, something that made this very, very special. And the ancient tales tell us about that. Going on. It was because she compared Naomi's ideas about God with her Moabite ideas and decided Naomi was right. So, she had some time. Ruth compared Naomi's God with her own God in her own country, and she came to the conclusion that Naomi's God was the right God, and that her God was the wrong God. Now, this is amazing. This is really amazing. We all should be faithful to our conscience. We all should listen to that little voice that speaks to us, into our ears, into our minds. And we should follow what is right. 我们要跟从对的路。我们要追求真理。Wow, I hope you've enjoyed our story, but there's more about Ruth in the lessons to come. So you'll want to stay by, because 我还是觉得这个是一个蛮动人的一个故事。So stay by for more lessons, and you can even invite a friend. But for now, as is our routine, 按照我们的惯例, here are some words you need to know. Okay, now for some words you need to know. First of all, we started this lesson say most of us, if we're honest, are a bit suspicious. What is suspicious?
好难读 suspicious.
Not bad, not bad.
怀疑
Yep, okay. Now, of course, we could say doubt, or maybe there's other ways. But suspicious means 我们是有一点怀疑, okay? Okay, suspicious. Good word. Next one is nationality.
国籍 nationality.
Okay, 国籍 is nationality. The next one is widow.
寡妇
Okay, 寡妇. Widow. Okay, and then if you're a widow, then you don't have a husband.
husband 是丈夫
Okay. This is very interesting. Husband, I think comes the etymology, the background of this word means house, band.
house band
As a band, it's 好像带着
哦，围住这个。
围住一个 house. It holds
哦，
the whole
House.
family together. Holds it.
哇，这个字拆开有这么好的意思。
Yeah.
我回去告诉我先生，我
Okay.
丈夫，你要抱住这个房子，也抱住我这一家人，好不好？
That's right. That's right. This is what a husband is. Okay, and now the last one we've looked at before, but we'll look at it maybe several times. Conscience.
Conscience,
Okay, what is a conscience?
良心。
Okay, 良心. We all have a conscience.
是的，但是有的时候我们的良心会硬了。
Yeah, so we need to be roran. We need to be soft. That is a choice that we must make. Thanks for joining us for Words You Need to Know. Okay, we've been looking at a faithful foreigner. And one of the things we learned in this lesson is be careful about prejudice. 我们的偏见也不是这么好. It's because we don't know. We need to know. 不要太快论断别人. So that's one of the lessons, and there are some other lessons that we've already talked about. Now, in our next lesson, we're going to talk about an ancient love story. Okay, a love story, 恋爱的故事, and ancient 古时代的恋爱的故事. Oh, we all like love stories. So make sure and join us next time for another interesting ancient tale.
That's all for today, and thanks for watching. If you like Ancient Tales for Today, please visit atft.chinesehope.tv. You may also contact us by writing to ancienttalesfortoday@gmail.com. Again, that's ancienttalesfortoday@gmail.com. Tell your friends about Ancient Tales for Today. See you next time.